I start my day at 8:15 in the morning, and we start training 8:15. So I come in and make sure everything's organised, so get everything into order and ready to trade. I spend a lot of time at work. I do about 6 days a week and some long hours and as required. And the other thing is that I interact with a lot of customers, and I kind of do all the reliefs with the lunches and stuff. So I'm multi-skilled in that sense. Being your own business, you need to be back up for everything. So I know how to make coffee, I know how to cook breakfast, I know how to prep up the cabinet, I know how to clean. I think the biggest expense in running the business is the rent, because that's the only thing that doesn't give you much. For the food cost, arranging suppliers I think was a breeze, because being part of a franchise, I think you don't have to worry about sourcing the best products, the freshest products from different places. Foodco has a preferred supplier list. You can talk to them, and it's not just like just one supplier. You can actually choose between a few, whoever has the best price, whoever has the best delivery times. I think the main challenges in running the business are its hours, and there is a lot of staff turnover, right? And the competition. I mean, it's one of those industries where the barriers to get into a coffee shop are very low. Anyone can open an independent coffee. All you need is a kiosk and a coffee machine and a good coffee skills, and you can get in there. But to differentiate between giving them that experience is I think the key challenge. How can you be different? How can you make sure that you are ahead of everyone in the game to make sure they come to you, not go to the next shop? We've got like 13 or 14 more coffee outlets in the centre, all around the centre. So getting them here is the key challenge. And with the customers, I think that's the most important part, being in a local area, that everyone, you have a small pool of people who come in, and the more you interact with them, the more they know you, and the more you can deliver on their customer expectations, I presume. So I think that's the key.
I start at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I prepare all the pre-made salads and set up the MTO, which is the make to order salad section. And I do a bit of cleaning as well, and make sure everyone comes on time and does their duties. And in the afternoon, I would around 2 o'clock we would start prepping for the next day and do a bit of cleaning. I work 5 days a week. It's Monday to Friday, and as I said, I start at 7 o'clock in the morning, roughly finish around 4 or 5. I manage to work 5 days a week because I've got a manager that runs the shop on the weekends, as the shop is not as busy as the weekdays. Keeping the ingredients fresh every day is the main thing that you've got to do if you're running a salad shop. How we do that is we prepare everything the day before. That's how we keep them fresh. And with the wastage, because I work 5 days a week and I know roughly which days are busy and which days are not, I can sort of manage to make not exactly the right amount of the salads, but close to exact amount. The biggest challenge for me is of course staff managing, staff hiring, training, as I deal mostly with university students because they're either part-time or casual. We get busy around 11:30 till 2 o'clock. Our customers are mainly business people, and we do get a bit of students as well, but mainly business people. And we do have loyal customers as well, as we have the loyalty cards. We've got about 2,000 members, and we do get them quite often.
My wife and I run the business in partnership. We've divided up the roles. She predominantly looks after the operational side of the business, so in the store, the product that we're creating, do we have the right staff in the right places at the right time? Have they been trained? Do they know what they're doing? Are we providing good customer service to our customers every day? I look after more of the business and financial side, so all of the accounting, payroll, all of the components that people might think are a little bit boring when you're not out in the front lines. But at the end of the day, you need to be able to run both sides of the business. The day starts in the store at 9:30. We open for trade at 11. We close at 10 p.m. every day of the week except for Fridays and Saturdays, where we close at 11 p.m. However, there's still tasks to do after that. We have to clean the store, we have to prep for the next morning, we have to look at our stock levels, make sure that our use by dates are correct. If we've got any product that's going to go out of date the next day, dispose of it. But then on top of that, we've also got all the other things, running payroll, recruiting, hiring, training, all of the things that sit outside of the actual operational factors of the store that get done. There's a few challenges for us at the moment. Labour costs are a very big challenge for us. Labour costs are continually going up, but pressures on profitability are there because of the sales price coming down, a lot of competition, so margins getting squeezed in the middle. Small business is quite difficult because we've got government regulation that we have to follow, we have to pay our staff appropriately, we have industry awards that we have to follow, but then we've got competitive natures in this business that we have to also respond to. I think, for me, the satisfying part of being a franchisee is that I have control over certain parts of the business in what I like to call our four walls. So inside our four walls of our store, we have control over the profitability, we have control over our customer experience, we have control over the product that we're creating, but it's inside that framework that I talked about earlier. From Pizza Hut corporate framework that we follow. Our interaction with head office is quite regular, not necessarily directly back to head office here in Sydney, but also through our state channels. We have operations consultants that support us in Queensland, and right across Australia there's ops consultants for every franchisee. There's also supply chain management, marketing, training. You can reach out to any of those guys in head office whenever you need information or you need to ask a question or you need support. They're always there for you to be able to provide that help if you may need it.